All right, many thanks for sticking around here in our morning Kickstarter, daily Kickstarter, Smart Means Business. I do hope you're doing okay. I do hope your morning is moving on well as well. Ours is steadily moving. We're looking at the prospects, we're looking at discussions, obviously, to see how we can tap into various sectors, mainly the agricultural sector. Now, the young people who are apparently forming up the largest number in the population, but also on the other side of the coin, they are the most unemployed in this country. But still, if we're steadily looking at all these figures, it may be worrying, but then there are quite a number of opportunities that we can create for ourselves, or that we can live with or without, or those opportunities that can avail themselves for us. Now, as we're moving on further with our topic of youth involvement in the agriculture
and transiting our food systems to improve our economy.
Okay.
Joram, I want to tell you, there's nothing that really hurts and pains like poverty. And poverty is a mindset issue.
Okay.
But the limiting factors that we have had since immemorial is because there is already limited inspiration from our families.
Okay.
You know, like the saying goes that charity begins at home. So I really want to, first of all, encourage all our parents, without using our previous experience, to encourage our children to love agriculture. Just think about the food that we eat in the morning, at lunch, and in the evening. Who produces it? What if you became one of them to produce it? Wouldn't that one be already a sign of accomplishment?
It will.
Wouldn't that one be already a sign of self-fulfillment? I want to invite every Ugandan to be part of the population that really feeds the country, to be one of the population that really feeds the economy, the neighbors, because apparently we are feeding not only Ugandans, but our neighbors. We have more than 3 million refugees. Who is feeding them? We are taking food to South Sudan. Who is producing this food? Why don't the youth be part of that? Then the other limiting factor that we have really experienced is also the competition from the border industry. Okay. Because the young people have a thinking that without going into any other sector, I can just sell my land and then go into border. But that is short term. Yeah. My colleague has just been thinking of, why don't we have now a young population that is part of solution provision? Wouldn't that give you really a kind of confidence and, you know, pride to say that I was part of this generation where I managed to contribute to the sustainability of our economy? Why don't we be part of the movement that really is committed to feeding the current and the future generations? Okay. But also we want to continue encouraging the government and our leaders to increase the funds or the budget that is allocated to agriculture. That will be now a demonstration that the government or the country is committed to the sector that is really leading other sectors. And of course, it has an implication that yes, we are equally interested, and it is also a demonstration that our government is willing. Then we have also seen the question of limited access to financing facilities. You know, previously, or the financial service providers had their own perspective and also a certain attitude towards young people, thinking they are not trustworthy, thinking they are not really hard workers. But I think there is already a change because apparently we are trying to encourage the young people to form themselves into associations, into groups to work together. Much as it is still a big, very struggle, not everyone appreciates the power that lies in working together. But then, someone's net worth or the strength lies in networking. So apparently the young people are still limited in forming and creating networks, but it would be very, very important for the young people and really Ugandans to appreciate cultivating the element of networking, but more especially to attract people that would add value. However, before you get someone to add value onto you, you should also be carrying value, because value attracts value. Okay. So we want to have a population that really carries value, especially in the current and future generation.
Yeah. All right. And Nawal, if I'm to ask you, why is it important for us to have these young people, the youth, engaged in the agricultural sector?
It's a very important question. As I have said, the youngsters have the freshest mind,
Okay.
they have the energy, they have the commitment, if they know what they are doing. So from our experience, we're very sure that if we give them the access, the knowledge, the skills, it's going to be a game changer, I'm very sure. Because as I have mentioned, most of the population in Ethiopia is the youngster. Most of the youngsters are in schools. When they go out, they are looking for jobs. Jobs is the problem of our continent, right? So, in order to create jobs, in order to make the food system sustainable, there should be an energy, there should be a knowledge. Where can we get that? From the youngsters. So the only thing that we need is to concentrate on how to develop their skills, on how to develop their engagement in agriculture, because 1/3 of the Ethiopian land, which is arable, has not been in agriculture, which is a very devastating news. So we have to engage that youngsters to that arable land, which is very important. So in order to secure our food security, we have to encourage the farmers. The banking, especially in Ethiopia, the banking sector is the most profitable sector. So this banking sector should invest more on agriculture, because they are the ones who are producing. We have to encourage the producers, we have to encourage the youngsters. So also the universities, the schools should teach what the basics of agriculture is. We have to taught the agroecology system, what agroecology is in definition, so that the youngsters could take some lessons, see their background, because most of the youngsters, most of the people in Ethiopia has a farming background from the family. So if we inspire them through knowledge, through appreciation, through lending them the amount of money that is required, that is needed, it's going to be a very good way to solve our food security problem. So it's very important. We have to use the energy. The new generation in Ethiopia is had the energy, the commitment. So if we put some effort in terms of finance, in terms of knowledge, in terms of skill development, I think we have the future. We have a great future in agriculture.
Okay, Richard, the young people lately have a huge